Good morning and happy new month. Today is September 2024. My name is Winifred People. Yes, welcoming you to another fresh edition of your breakfast show on leadership television inside Nigeria. And today we are looking at front headline stories on some select newspapers, including our sister publication, our weekly business newspaper, National Economy, and of course, Nigeria's most influential leadership newspaper. Let's see what leadership is leading with this Monday. It says Northern Southern elders disagree over new constitution. Afenifere and Eze Middle Belt wants new constitution. ACF Pandep seek amendment power sharing. Main headline story today on leadership. Northern Southern elders disagree over new constitution. Afenifere Ohaneze Middle Belt wants new constitution. ACF Pandep seek amendment power sharing. Let's get a snippet of that leading story on page 4, where it continues. In a growing wave of contention, leaders from the northern and southern parts of the country have disagreed over whether there should be a new constitution or an amendment to the current one, the 1999 constitution, as amended. This highlights deep-seated divisions and different visions on the best pathway to the nation's future. The socio-cultural groups involved in the heated constitution debate are the Arewa Consultation Forum, ACF, Afenifere, Ohaneze Indigbo, Middle Belt Forum, and Pandef. While the groups in the Middle Belt and Southern Nigeria want a brand new set of laws to be drafted up, the Northern group wants any new laws to be effected by the present National Assembly. That is just the snippets of the leading story today on Leadership newspaper. Northern Southern elders disagree over new constitution. Of course, you have to find out more when you log on to the website of Leadership. But just before you do that, you still have other stories on the cover that we have to review. Petrol import cost, NNPC admins financial strain. The story is on page 29 of Leadership newspaper, and also the story that is making the rounds on other newspapers on our menu today, Monday. Buratai calls for unity as command all students will reunite. Federal government investigates hunger in prisons. Of course, there was a viral video of prisoners being fed half-baked cooked beans in Calabar correctional centers. The Minister of Interior has demanded probe on that issue. And that is what leadership captured today. Federal government investigates hunger in prisons. Article demands listing of NNPCL on stock exchange. We move towards the business board where we have recapitalization. 5 banks expend 23 billion naira to raise 1 trillion naira. And above the masthead of leadership, Danyaya emerges 17th emir of Ningi. Zenith Bank's gross earnings hit 2.1 trillion naira in the first half. With that, we move to the page 3 for our stand. Our stand says that federal government's executive order on drugs. From our stand, we move to the back page. Monday column with Dakuku Side. He is writing on Nigeria and the illusion of good governance. A nice read, and of course you have to find out more when you log on to the website of Leadership, and the website address is www.leadership.ng. From Leadership we move to the Punch newspaper. The Punch main headline says petrol scarcity set to worsen as NNPCL admits $6 billion debt. Petrol scarcity set to worsen as NNPCL admits $6 billion debt. Debt to petrol suppliers has caused financial strain. PMS supply threatened NNPC. Petrol queue spread. Motorists lament as few marketers decry PMS shortage. We have the picture of President Bola Tinubu being received by Chinese government officials on arrival at the Beijing International Airport, China, on Sunday. and those pictures grace the cover of the Punch newspaper today, just beneath that main headline story. Beneath those pictures, hunger protest, federal government arraigns activist British ally today. Wanted ex-beauty queen surrenders to NDLEA for drug offense. The picture runs on pages 4 and 5 of the Punch. Zenith Bank posts 2.1 trillion naira half-year gross earnings. That takes us to the stories beside the masthead. Okpebolo woos Obaseki's kinsmen with road projects. Akpata Labour Party take campaign to grassroots. Above the masthead of the Punch, Dangote refinery, petrol ready for rollout. Power generation down by 1,400 megawatts as discos reject allocations. Bill Gates says Nigeria has second highest rate of food insecurity. That concludes the review of front headline stories on the Punch newspaper this Monday, September 2, 2024. For more, log on to www.punchng.com. From the Punch, we move to Daily Sun. Daily Sun has similar story on petrol issues. It says agony and gas swell over unending fuel scarcity. Agony and gas swell over unending fuel scarcity. Situation bites harder as motorist commuters lament. The story runs on page 24 of Daily Sun. Second main headline story there today says Nigerian DNA testing. 1 in 4 paternity tests negative. Testing report shows high rate of paternity scam as immigration tests surge. 6 died, 7 injured in Osun-Ogun road crashes. SBT queen wanted for drug trafficking surrenders to NDLEA. Agency intercepts 31 million pills, bottles of opioids worth 17.9 billion naira at Lagos Port Harcourt port. Obasanjo says Nigeria lacks institutional memory. Federal government to invest $800 million in power sector. TCN has capacity to transmit 6,000 megawatts of electricity. ND. Dumping presidential system for parliamentary won't solve Nigeria's challenges. Tafawa Balewa. Ignore calls for new constitution. Sound test Tinubu. Zenith Bank achieves triple-digit growth in first half. And the last story beside the masthead of Daily Sun says Akpabio Abbas sued over 21 million naira jumbo pay. 10 billion naira CBN spending on luxury cars insensitive. 6 lakh. 10 billion naira CBN spending on luxury cars insensitive. 6 lakh. And from Daily Sun, we move over to the next paper, Vanguard. Vanguard still on petrol issues. And it says no end in sight to petrol scarcity as economy gaps for breath. We don't have money to import fuel. NNPC admits $6 billion debt to petrol suppliers. Subsidy to hit 5.4 trillion naira in December 2024. We can't borrow any more to sustain importation, federal government. We cannot import because of forest scarcity, others, marketers. As fuel scarcity bites harder, while Nigeria's economy continues to struggle, NECA asks government to focus on productive reforms across key sectors. I'll take that once again. No end in sight to petrol scarcity as economy gaps for breath. We don't have money to import fuel. NNPC admits $6 billion debt to petrol suppliers. Subsidy to hit 5.4 trillion naira in December 2024. Federal government says we can't borrow any more to sustain importation. We cannot import because of forest scarcity, others, marketers. As fuel scarcity bites harder, while Nigeria's economy continues to struggle, NECA asks government to focus on productive reforms across key sectors. Those were the kickers beneath the headline story today on Vanguard. No end in sight to petrol scarcity as economy gaps for breath. Beneath that main headline story, we have the picture of the Senegalese president receiving Elumelu. Tony Elumelu is the group chairman of UBA and founder Tony Elumelu Foundation. He paid a visit to the Senegal president Bassirou Diomaye Faye during the visit at the presidential palace in Dakar last Friday. And in sports, Conte banishes Osimhen from Napoli. Above the masthead of Vanguard, commercial banks give agri sector 4.68 trillion naira loan in 5 years, report. Zenith Bank maintains top position with 2.1 trillion naira earning in first half of 2024. Article demands listing of NNPCL on stock exchange. High interest rate 2.5 trillion naira loan strangulates consumer goods manufacturers. The story runs on page 21 of Vanguard. For more, log on to the website of Vanguard, www.vanguardngr.com. From the Vanguard we'll go to the sister publication of this table, and that is National Economy, a weekly business paper. National Economy's main headline story this week says unstable customs forex rates. Smuggling rises by 203% in 6 months. Shippers view CBN's involvement. Unstable customs forex rates. Smuggling rises by 203% in 6 months. Shippers view CBN's involvement. Optimizing downstream value chain and challenges with technology adoption. The story is on page 19 of National Economy. And above the masthead, we have Nigeria's foreign capital inflows dropped by 57.22% to $770 million. SEC grants to cryptocurrency firms approval to operate. And with that, we conclude this week's National Economy front page headline news. For breaking news on the hour, log on to the website of National Economy, www.nationaleconomy.com. And with that, we conclude today's Inside Nigeria, your breakfast from Leadership Television. Unfortunately, my Monday guest is unavoidably absent, but hopefully next week. My name is Winnie Freddy, your host on the program, and don't forget to join us for news on this great station every hour. My name is Winnie Freddy, once again. Thanks for joining us. See you then.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership